Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. In this video, today's focus is the pantry. I am calling it an extreme pantry declutter and clean because really that is all that I will be doing today. We are going to remove most of the baskets and toss out any old or stale items and just reorganize a little bit. So if you've got a small area in your house that's been bugging you because it is cluttered, let this video play in the background and let's do this together. First, I need to get this table cleared because this is where everything from the pantry is going to go. I need a space to go ahead and spread everything out to see what I'm working with. This is definitely going to help when it comes time to start reorganizing everything after I go through everything and see what needs to be tossed. So here it is, not too bad. Everything is just kind of thrown in due to there not being any space, but I know for sure that there are some items that need to be tossed because they are old and stale. So I need to go through everything and make room for the current and newer stuff so that we can see what we have and then be able to consume what we have. But we all know the rule of thumb when it comes to decluttering and reorganizing. Well, my rule of thumb at least is you got to take everything out, and we're not taking everything out of the pantry because there is a very top shelf that the same stuff just kind of stays up there, so there was no need to go through that. There's a shelf of my canned goods. I do pretty good about keeping up with that stuff, so we're not going to go through those two shelves, but the three bottom shelves you saw, which are the main ones that get used and stuff is going in and out, that is my main priority today.
You say you need your space, then pull me close. I read your silence, louder than most. One day you're warm, the next day you're cold. Got me second guessing what I already know. I give you love, but you ration yours.
So here are the two bottom shelf baskets we need to go through. Clearly there is stuff that we don't eat anymore or bags that have a small amount of product in there that have gone stale. So I cannot wait to get into everything here. There's still a white basket back there you can see in the pantry that holds plastic plates, paper cups, and napkins. I do not need to toss any of those. Those come in handy whenever we have some unexpected guests over or last minute gatherings. So those will stay put throughout this process. And then I know you see that pile of yellow stuff on the shelf above it. Those are packs of noodles that will not be tossed today, so both of those can just stay put.
But you ration yours. You open up just to close the door. Just to close the door. I stay up late trying to read your mind. I can't read your mind. But your love got rules that change all the time. Change all the time. Why are you always halfway in? Got me drowning when I know I could swim. If you love me, baby, say it with your chest. Yeah, tired of the maybes, I just want the yes. Don't play me like a song on spin. If you ride for me, then ride to the end. Don't wanna love this paper thin. So why you always halfway in? Halfway in. You hit me up when the nights get slow. But then this.
So we don't buy paper plates and paper cups on a regular. Those are just extras that have been bought for parties in the past. And of course, with parties, I always like to be over prepared. So sometimes I do overbuy. I think for the past year, I've done better with not overbuying. So honestly, that little backstock back there, it is kind of getting smaller. But for instance, Mike, he didn't have a last minute get together for my birthday, but for me, that day was just crazy with work. And we really didn't have time to go to the store for plates or cups. And so this little backstock just comes in handy during those times, so I like to keep it. I do buy paper plates regularly for us, but we don't use them every day. I just like to keep them on hand for days that have just been super busy. And then by the time dinner comes around, you're just kind of tired and you're like, you know what? I don't feel like washing dishes after dinner, so we're going to use paper plates tonight. So I will admit we do buy them for that. But like I said, we're not buying them constantly and consistently.
Disappear when the highs get lower. I ain't your maybe. Tell me what it is. Cause I'm way too grown to be messing with a love like this. I give you love, but you're rushing yours. You open up just to close the door. You stay closing doors. I stay up late, trying to read your mind. I can't read your mind. But your love got rules that change all the time. Changing all the time. Why are you always halfway in? Got me drowning when I know I could swim. If you love me, baby, say it with your chest. Yeah, tired of the main.
I know a lot of this just looks like junk and processed snacks, but sometimes it is just easier. And then we've just been kind of in the thick of it for summer. So I just like to keep whatever snacks on hand. That way the kids can just grab and go. But then also, of course, you see all the sweet stuff back there too, like the Chips Ahoy and the Pop-Tarts. I like to keep those as like a dessert for after dinner. So sometimes they'll eat it at that time. But I will say, with some of the health problems I've been having lately, I have attempted to change my diet. So I did buy some more fresh stuff. But I mean, we keep fruit on hand anyways. I mean, our staples are strawberries, apples, bananas, and then of course, if they request grapes or oranges, we'll buy those. But I will admit, keeping the fresh stuff, I mean, you really have to stay on top of it because some of the stuff went bad just a couple of days ago. Not the apples, strawberries, and bananas. I am talking about the new stuff I bought for this new diet that I am attempting. And then that little white cardboard thing, I think I just ended up cleaning that out and tossing it because literally it was just trash in the pantry. So I just had to get it out, toss it. It was a nice little organizer though. I think it came with some Nutella breadsticks. But anyways, back to the buying the fresh produce. Oh my God, it was so weird. The fridge started stinking. Just the kitchen in general started stinking because of course I had some on the counter. And like I said, it was an attempt to change my diet and we're still going through it. So I guess some of the stuff went bad really fast and just, yeah, like I said, made the kitchen stink. And I'm just like, oh my God, this is a whole separate battle. But it's just one of those things. Once you start doing it, when you do it for, I think the mark for Mike and I, because we've done this before, is the 2-week mark. Once you've done it for 2 weeks straight, once you just get over that hump, it just becomes second nature to you. So I am just struggling getting through at this point, like the 72-hour hump. It's been really hard, but I am attempting to try again.
I just want the yes. Don't play me like a song on spin. If you ride for me, then ride to the end. Don't wanna love this paper thin. So why you always halfway in? Why you always halfway in? Got me drowning when I know I could swim. If you love me, baby, say it with your chest. Yeah, tired of the maybes, I just want the yes. Don't play me like a song on spin. If you ride for me, then ride to the end. Don't wanna love this paper thin. So why you always halfway in? Halfway in.
So the new diet that I am attempting to try is the Mediterranean diet, which I don't know if you've heard of it or not, but it's a lot of cucumbers, tomatoes, hummus, fiber, like a lot of beans, and just a lot of the stuff is fresh. And of course, a lot of lemons and olive oil. So I am attempting to try and see what it does. It's just very different to what I am used to. Not that my diet is so bad. And then this variety drink mix from Walmart, oh my God, those taste so good. I think I've mentioned them before in one of my past videos. My favorite flavor was the cotton candy. I didn't really care for the blue and the purple one. I can't remember what those were. But the pink packet was cotton candy, and then there was an orange one, which was, it was called Peach Ring. That one was pretty good too. You mix that with some Sprite or some lime flavored sparkling water. Oh my God, it is the perfect summer drink. Even though I know we're heading out of summer, but those were really good. Okay, but back to the diet, sorry. So then another thing is a lot of like pickled stuff. Like I know this probably isn't good for it, but I had been craving pickles, so I bought a jar of spicy pickles and I finished off a jar of olives that we had, so that's another part of it. Just a lot of it is just really fresh stuff, and like I said, my body is just not used to it, so it needs to adjust to it. And then me being sick for, I would say it was a good 2 weeks that I was sick. So I couldn't start any diets at that time because I just didn't even have an appetite. I actually ended up losing, I think, 6 or 8 pounds when I was sick. So that was definitely not the time to start any diets. So I think this past time I went to the grocery store, I was actually able to buy stuff for the diet. I ended up buying 4 of these Lazy Susans from my grocery store. I believe they were $10 each. And at that time, I was just so desperate to try to get the pantry in any type of order. And so I was reading online that apparently these work well in those spaces that you can't reach. And so that's where I have them, behind the wall of the pantry. So one is holding those yellow packages of noodles. One is holding some Spam cans on the top shelf. Not sure if you can see it. And then obviously the one that I was cleaning holds condiments like peanut butter, Nutella, syrup, ketchup before it's been opened. And then the fourth one is holding, I believe I have 3 containers of, well, one for flour, powdered sugar, and brown sugar, and all of those fit in there. And that way when we need it, we can just go to the pantry, spin it around, see which one we need, grab it out. So I will say I do like that. That was a nice tip that I came across years ago. Because sometimes I feel like with this organization stuff, it can kind of get out of hand. And then sometimes it can be just giving you more clutter, if you get what I'm saying. So in this container, we've got a bunch of baking stuff like sprinkles, Jello, chocolate chips. I think I have some cake pop sticks that I used once. I think I've got some piping bags in here that they'll just come in handy when I least expect it and least need it. I think I tried to do some chocolate covered Oreos for my last baby shower, which was years ago, and my cousin had came over to help me. So yeah, I want to say in these two, I try to keep baking stuff and it goes up on the top. You'll see where I put it here. And kind of just out of reach because honestly, the only stuff we use out of here lately are the chocolate chips. And then we have some marshmallows, flaxseed, cornbread mix in there as well. The flaxseed, I use that with the chocolate chips for some, I think they're called Morning Glory muffins that I make. And I know the chocolate chips are probably taken away from it, but I just like to add a little handful because then my kids will be more enticed to eat them. And then the muffins kind of taste chocolatey because I'm not sure if you know, but the Morning Glory muffins, those are the ones that have carrot, zucchini, apples. Ooh, what else is in there? Bananas, which I mean, they eat, well, let me take it back. They eat bananas and apples by themselves, but they will not eat zucchini and carrots. So that is just a way for them to get some veggies in. But honestly, they're so good if you put some butter or cream cheese on it or just eat them by itself. You can even add some protein powder to it to add some extra protein. I haven't made them in a while. Well, I've been sick, so I just need to get back on that as well for my kids. And here is just some candy that I have been hoarding for months, but then obviously they are rejects and we haven't been eating them for a reason. So I am just finally going to toss them. And don't even say that I'm wasting it because, like I said, they have been in here for months and it is just time to toss it. Now we are moving on to the bottom of the pantry here. Every now and then you most definitely need to clean down here, get everything out, sweep and mop. You never know what food remnants you will find. And do I keep and reuse plastic and paper bags? The answer is yes. I don't know. Are these signs of being a hoarder? Some of these bags are just good bags and can be reused again. I definitely like to keep the plastic bags from the grocery store that did not have any meat or produce in it. I like to reuse them for our small trash cans in the restrooms. And then these big shopping bags can just come in handy for anything really. I mean, I do have about 2 to 3 reusable shopping bags, but I keep those upstairs with all the travel stuff just because I don't really use them. I use them from time to time. But I like to keep these paper shopping bags down here because one thing that they come in handy for are packing leftovers for our guests whenever we do have get-togethers. And of course, if there's any extra food, I mean, we're not going to eat it. So we try to send people home with as much food as they want to take. The Swiffer did get the job done, but it was being kind of funky, so I had to go back in with a Clorox wipe and then the handheld vacuum. Not a big deal since this area is very small. So down here, as you saw, we keep any overstock of oil, soy sauce, fish sauce, cereal, juice. For the juice, once it is opened, we then put it in the fridge. On the right side of the floor, I keep a griddle that I never use since it is buried down here under this vinegar, and I got a container of magnets, some ABC magnets for the kids if they ever need something to do in the kitchen besides helping cook. But maybe I can find another spot for this griddle to make it more easily accessible because that would really come in handy for pancake mornings, which have been a lot lately because I recently discovered the Krusty's sweet cream pancakes. Okay, I don't know what's in them, but oh my God, they are so good. I love them. The family loves them. So we've been on a pancake kick. But of course, with that, we do make some scrambled eggs and sausage. And I think that might be it. And then just pair it with some milk or chocolate milk. I even pre-made some batter before heading into the weekdays last week. So that way I can just pour the batter in the pan with some butter on those busy mornings. I was kind of worried about how that would go with this mix, but I was able to use it for 2 mornings after I made the batter. I got this idea from the cooks that worked in the kitchen at a hotel that I used to work at. They would do this to prep for the mornings, and I just thought it was such a great idea because they were already busy as it is. So I would always wonder, like, how do they do everything? But that's a hack that they would use. So if that is something you want to try, it did last me for 2 mornings. Well, I guess 3, because I made some pancakes the day I mixed the batter together. But then after that, 2 more mornings. If you missed last week's video, I'll put a card here and link it in the description box or pin a comment. It was a very productive get it all done. I got tons of laundry done, got some stuff done in the kitchen. I got a new backpack that I used on this past trip that we took. So I shared that with y'all because I really liked the backpack. It just fit a lot of stuff and it was nice to travel with. And we did travel on a plane this time. So to me, it was good for plane travel. But then I also got some snack prep done, and then I shared a really easy snack idea. So if you're still needing some cleaning motivation or get it all done motivation after watching this video, go back to last week's video I posted and keep the train moving. Oh my God, and these Dots pretzels, these have also been a new food item that I have found. They are so good, but of course, if you don't like salty stuff or seasoned stuff, then you're not gonna like these. I don't even know if they're a healthy snack anymore, because I know pretzels on their own are pretty like halfway decent, healthy snack, but these are really seasoned, so I don't know if they count. But honestly, they're so good. And I also like the green bag, which is the garlic parmesan. I haven't tried the honey mustard yet. We did try the buffalo ones, which they were okay. I don't think I would buy them again, but I would definitely buy the original and then the garlic parmesan again. Those are so good. So here, now that I had cleaned out everything, I ended up with some empty white baskets, which I was not expecting. So I am now going to move whatever chip bags I have in this box to a white basket. And then the Drizzlicious bags, we still actually had a lot of those. So I kept those in the box that it came in, and we'll just keep the box open in the pantry so we know to grab them and eat them. But yeah, I was really shocked that the amount of stuff that I actually had to toss and then ended up with empty baskets. I was not expecting that at all, but honestly, it's kind of a good thing. I was going to try something different with the arrangement of the baskets, but it just makes more sense to have the smaller baskets on this lower shelf so I can see what's in them better, and then so everyone else can see what's in them better. These 2 bigger baskets will just have random snacks in the left one, and then the other one on the right is where I like to keep packaged pasta. All right, so here is the after. I mean, nothing too aesthetically pleasing, but like I mentioned at the beginning of this video, this is definitely just a declutter and clean. I feel like my pantry, it's not a walk-in pantry, it's not a walk-in closet, so this is what I have to work with. But I feel like a lot of people have this, and so we just have to make it work. But honestly, I mean, it is functioning. The only thing that I wish we had a big pantry for is if I can just have extra space for appliances, because like I mentioned, I got that griddle in there. I've got pots and pans in the dining room. So I guess any extra space or a bigger pantry would just help with storing things like that. But like I said, I want to try to find an easily accessible space for those. So hopefully that can happen. And so here's all the trash we ended up with. Well, all the cardboard, because all of these, I usually don't like to dump the stuff out and have stuff just kind of out in the pantry. I like to keep the boxes for organization, but a lot of those were just running low already. Like we had eaten a lot of them. So I dumped them in the pantry, of course, but like I said, the full package is not being dumped in the pantry. We were already running low on them, so we just had a couple of packs of those. So I don't mind doing that, but I just don't have the space to have more organization containers just to get them out of the box they came in and dump them into another container, if you get what I'm saying. All of the baskets I have are already kind of accounted for, so I don't really have the space to do that until we start running low on them, and then I can dump them out and toss the boxes out. Thank you for joining me on this extreme pantry declutter and clean. I hope this video gave you some motivation and helped in some way, and I hope you have a great day, night, week, weekend, or whenever you're watching this. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe. I will see you next time.